So you've probably asked yourself, what should SEO actually cost? And gotten a dozen different confusing answers. It can feel like you're trying to navigate a maze, right? Well, consider this your roadmap for 2026. We're going to break down the real pricing tiers, the questions you absolutely need to ask, and the one single factor that has completely changed the game. Let's jump right in.
This is it, the million-dollar question. It's what every business owner wants to know, and for good reason. The prices you see out there are all over the place. We're talking anything from a few $100 to tens of thousands of dollars a month. So what's the right number? Well, the answer isn't just a number anymore.
And here's the bottom line. The cost, the speed, and frankly, the effectiveness of any serious SEO strategy today, it's all powered by AI. And no, this isn't just some buzzword. It's the actual engine under the hood that determines how fast you get results.
Okay, so to really get the pricing, we first have to be on the same page about what we're even buying. Because let's be honest, modern SEO has evolved way beyond just cramming keywords into a web page and crossing your fingers. The key phrase to focus on here is strategic partnership. You're not just hiring a technician to tweak your website. The whole point is to drive qualified leads and actual measurable revenue, all by using data and AI to make smarter decisions faster. It's a growth strategy, not just some tech fix. So, with that new definition locked in, let's get to the numbers. We're going to break down the most common pricing tiers out there so you can see exactly where your business fits and what you should really be getting for your money.
All right, let's break this down. At that small business level for about $500 to $2,500 a month, the focus is super local. Think getting your Google business profile dialed in to get people walking through your door. Now, when you step up to mid-market, you're investing in growth engines, things like content creation and link building to really grab a wider audience. And then you have the enterprise level. This is where you're playing for total market dominance with huge international campaigns and deep dives into conversion rate optimization.
So what kind of return can you actually expect from this? Well, for a well-executed small business package, this is the typical ROI you should see over 12 months. Now let's be super clear about what that means. It means for every single dollar you spend, you should see anywhere from $1.50 to $3 in measurable revenue come right back to you. This is what turns SEO from a simple marketing expense into a predictable growth engine for your entire business.
So what on earth justifies these prices and makes that kind of incredible ROI even possible? Well, it all circles back to AI. Let's dig into how this technology creates a process that is so much faster, so much smarter, and just way more efficient than anything we had just a few years ago.
Now, don't just glance at these bullet points. Think about what they really do. AI-powered keyword intelligence? That doesn't just find popular words. It finds the actual questions your customers are typing into Google moments before they make a purchase. And predictive analytics? That's like having a crystal ball. It helps create content for what people are going to search for next month, not last month. It's the difference between using a folded paper map and a real-time GPS guiding you turn by turn.
And here is the payoff for all that efficiency. By bringing AI into the mix, a good agency can deliver meaningful results 30 to 50% faster than the old school way. This means you're not waiting an entire year just to see if something's working. You're starting to see a real return in a matter of months, which means you hit profitability way sooner.
Yeah, you should expect to pay about a 15 to 25% premium for services that really integrate these advanced AI tools. But here's the crucial insight. You're not just paying for cool tech. You're paying to buy back time. That little premium often pays for itself within the first few months, simply because you're getting that positive ROI so much faster. Okay, knowing the prices is one thing, but that knowledge is totally useless if you can't pick the right partner and, more importantly, avoid the fakes. So let's dive into how you can spot the difference between a real pro and a pretender.
If you ever hear these words, it is the biggest red flag in the entire industry. Why? It's simple. Nobody controls Google's algorithm, so nobody can guarantee rankings. Legitimate experts talk about a proven process, they talk about data, they talk about business results, not impossible promises they have zero control over.
So, instead of falling for those empty guarantees, you need to look for proof. You need to ask them directly. Can you show me case studies that focus on business growth, not just flimsy vanity rankings? Can you walk me through your exact process? And will you work with me to set clear KPIs from day one? That right there is the difference between a vendor and a true partner.
All right, let's pull all of this together into a simple, actionable checklist. This is something you can use the very next time you're on the phone with a potential SEO provider.
Okay, here's your 4-step plan. First, demand those case studies focused on actual business results. Second, ask them what tools they're using. A modern agency will have an impressive AI-powered tech stack. Third, make them explain their process to you, step by step. And finally, get absolute clarity on how they'll communicate and how success will be measured before you sign anything. It's all about trading vague promises for concrete proof.
And finally, let's talk about realistic expectations for that proof. You should start seeing some early movement, some quick wins in the first couple of months. By month 3 or 4, that should start translating into a real impact on your traffic and revenue. But the real magic of SEO, it's in that long-term, compounding growth you'll see over 6 to 12 months. It's kind of like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, but it just keeps building momentum and getting bigger and bigger over time.
You know, we started this by asking what SEO should cost. But after seeing the process, the timeline, and the potential for a 300% return, you start to realize that looking at SEO as just another line item expense is a huge mistake. The real question is this: are you ready to make a strategic investment in the sustainable, long-term growth of your business?